A Republican senator just broke ranks to attack the FCC and Donald Trump over the firing of Jimmy Kimmel. Will wonders never cease? Welcome to Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish. And before I begin, a special shout out to Thomas and Peter, the two latest donors to me on Ko-Fi. Your donations make my life so much easier, and they always bring me joy. So thank you again. If you want to donate, follow the link in the description. On to our story. The outcry over the firing of comic Jimmy Kimmel from ABC continues to mount, both in Hollywood and beyond. In case you're unfamiliar, Disney, parent company of ABC, which ran the late-night talk show Jimmy Kimmel Live, placed the show on indefinite hiatus. That's industry talk for cancellation, after Kimmel made a joke about Donald Trump on Monday night. No, Kimmel did not make fun of Charlie Kirk or his death. For more on that, check out our other videos here on the channel. Following the announcement, a number of high-profile celebrities, including Wanda Sykes, Jon Stewart, and Stephen Colbert, all condemned the move. And outside the Disney studio lot, where CEO Bob Iger has his office, this is the scene. It gets even more heated. Stick around. I don't know if you can read some of those signs there, but they're fun. My personal favorite is, "Did you even watch Andor?" That's a Star Wars-themed series on Disney+. The most recent season dealt with the rise of the Emperor as an authoritarian leader, and let me tell you, not only was it exciting, it was prophetic. Normally I would say check it out, but Disney can suck a bag of dick right now. Forgive me, I digress. Much of the criticism following the Kimmel cancellation has fallen on Brendan Carr, head of the FCC. Here's what he had to say about this mess.
I do wonder, and I think many people do, whether you really are just targeting comedians who who typically through the years have made fun of political figures in a way that because the president simply is offended by it.
No. Look, again, broadcast TV is different. We're on a cable show right now. You don't have an FCC license. You don't have an obligation to serve the public interest. Podcasts don't either. Stand-up comedians, whether they're on lots of forms of communications, don't. And Kimmel is free to do that. But if you have a broadcast TV license, that means that you have something that very few people have. And you're excluding other people from having access to that valuable public resource, and it comes with an obligation to serve the public interest.
And if you think that statement didn't pass the smell test, you're not alone. And speaking of foul smells, enter an ironic ally to Jimmy Kimmel. That would be blowhard senator and Grandpa Munster cosplayer, Ted Cruz. Speaking on his podcast. Wait, Ted Cruz has a podcast? Okay, some people will just put anything on the air, won't they? Speaking on his podcast, Cruz came to Kimmel's defense. Sorta. Take a listen. Now, this is a long clip, and I know it's painful to listen to Ted friggin' Cruz under any circumstances, but hear the man out.
No. Look, I like Brendan Carr. He's a good guy. He's the chairman of the FCC. I work closely with him. But what he said there is dangerous as hell.
For people that are listening, because this is going to be, quote, controversial, so I want to make sure we explain it clearly. When you say no and it's dangerous, explain and run this out, the slippery slope that this can open, so that people understand why we're saying it.
So the Federal Communication Commission is in charge of granting broadcast licenses. So ABC, NBC, CBS, they have licenses from the FCC. It is true that under statute, they're required to be in the public interest.
Yep.
What he is saying is Jimmy Kimmel was lying. That's true. He was lying. And his lying to the American people is not in the public interest. And so he threatens explicitly, we're going to cancel ABC's license. We're going to take him off the air so ABC cannot broadcast anymore. And I got to say, he threatens it. He says, we can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way.
Yeah.
And I got to say, that's right out of Goodfellas. That's right out of a mafioso coming into a bar going, nice bar you have here. It'd be a shame if something happened to it. And I got to say, look, I understand Jimmy Kimmel has mocked me so many times I cannot count. The corporate media, they are dishonest. They are liars. I hate what Jimmy Kimmel said. I am thrilled that he was fired. But let me tell you, if the government gets in the business of saying,
What you
we
can and
don't
can't
like
say.
what you, the media, have said, we're going to ban you from the airwaves if you don't say what we like. That will end up bad for conservatives. It reminds me of, you and I are both fans of The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
J.R.R. Tolkien. It reminds me of like the Ring of Power. And it is so attractive. It's sort of like conservatives are saying, wait, if we have government, we have power.
Yeah.
We can ban the media. Let me tell you what will happen. Going down this road, there will come a time when a Democrat wins again. Wins the White House.
They will get rid of every
Democrat
talk show host in
FCC,
America that's a conservative. They'll get rid of every podcast. They'll get rid of everybody
they will
on YouTube.
silence us. They will use this power, and they will use it ruthlessly.
I call that a backhanded defense. Cruz manages to spout lies and insult Jimmy Kimmel, but he's also correct for criticizing Brendan Carr for his political motives and abandonment of free speech rights. And to my beautiful viewers, when Ted Cruz becomes the voice of reason, you know we're in dangerous and uncharted territory. And yes, he's correct. Brendan Carr has become a puppet of a would-be authoritarian. He's ignoring American values. Remember, free speech is in the First Amendment for a reason, and it's all in the name of political expediency. And to the fact that House Judiciary Committee member Eric Swalwell also vowed to investigate Carr over this, again, see our other videos for more on that, Mr. Carr should be sweating. The House of Trump is collapsing. Mr. Carr should get to safety by defying Trump and telling the truth as soon as he can. I'm David Reddish.